What is going on, YouTube? PPS back here. It is the 16th of June, coming at you live with our YouTube Play of the Day video. Um, coming back to you with another round of good news, which I'm very, very happy about. There was no Play of the Day video yesterday, so I do just take the pass the prop plays because I usually play a Play of the Day video and a pass the prop. So going off of just those, I will go back already to, I believe it was Tuesday, our two plays here. We end up profiting. Dylan Cease over 7.5 strikeouts, 1.5 units. We end up profiting a nice 0.3 units after Sensatella decides to go a little bit longer in that game. I think he went 2 over that. So that one did not hit. So 1-1 there. And then obviously yesterday I ended up sweeping with Zach Gallen over 17.5 recorded outs and Shane McClanahan 1.5 units over 6.5 strikeouts there. So 3-1 overall on the last two shows. Gets us to 22-6. Really can't ask for much better than that. Obviously, some of these plays aren't going to hit. Some of them feel a little bit better than others, but just the consistency and just the way these write-ups and kind of stuff is actually going the way I planned them to is kind of fun and makes things a little bit easier for your boy here. So just a little heads up, I will be trying to do Pass the Prop tomorrow. I'm actually heading up for a weekend golf trip with some buddies for a buddy's birthday up there. So I will try to do it very, very early in the morning and get that out of the way before obviously I go golf there. But just a heads up, you will not be seeing this background tomorrow. I'll be heading up there in a couple hours here and getting that in there. So without further ado, 22-6 run coming at you here. If you guys have made money, made anything on this run, have enjoyed the content or anything, just smash that like button if you could. Hit that subscribe. We just hit 1,200, which is awesome. Trying to get to 2K for football season, so myself and Monotone Show, Pass the Prop, can get a little bit more love, and we're trying to get it blowing up here because we are on a hell of a run over there. We both swept above average prop guy with a 1-1, so 5-1 show yesterday. If you guys tuned in, obviously very profitable for you guys, all for free. And yes, let's get right on into it. My first play of the day is going to be Martin Perez over 17.5 recorded out. There's absolutely no way I would be taking his strikeout prop at that number, but let's go into some numbers here. Martin Perez today facing off against the Detroit Tigers in Detroit. And this number is too low, man. This has to be 18.5. There's no reason this should be 17.5 ever. This right now is on this line at DK right now. I will end up pulling that up for you here in a second here. But just to get you guys a little bit of extra numbers here, Martin Perez has actually hit this in 9 of his last 10 games. And guess which game he didn't hit it on? Yes, you were correct. His last game, right? And that's what the recency bias is going to be. So this gives you a little hint. This is actually going to be my play here for the next show. And then obviously Martin Perez right here, minus 115. Over 17.5 recorded outs there. But I love this spot for Martin Perez. Like I said, 9 of his last 10. Detroit is struggling. They're at 230 at home. And I think this is just recency bias, right? You go through his entire month of May. He hit this in every single start, including 3 7-inning performances and 1 complete game. Even if you go into the end of April, his last 2 starts hit this number. So if we get to 11 of our last 12 starts, Martin Perez has hit this number, facing off against a lowly Detroit team here. And also, going into it a little bit deeper, he is actually better on the road so far this season with a 1.85 ERA and only allowing a 240 batting average there. He actually does have reverse split, so lefties do hit a little bit better off of him, which I thought was interesting. But now we're going to see a ton of right-handed bats in this lineup. And actually, looking at Perez, he has a 222 batting average against with righties, 264 with lefties. Obviously, a lot of switch hitters in this lineup here for the Detroit Tigers. But I'm really not that worried about the power here. I'm not really worried about anything else. These guys are average at best, right? We've seen them even when they are doing well, like against Cease. That was a good outing for the Tigers there. And he still had 8 Ks in no earned runs. So I do really like Perez here. I think this has to get to 18.5. And if it doesn't, you guys need to hammer this line because I think that this is just 1 out too short. So sign me up, Martin Perez for the Texas Rangers over 17.5 recorded outs. I showed you guys a little bit there the line I had on DraftKings for my next play. That's going to be a 1.5 unit play on Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Same game parlay with the Blue Jays money line, minus 125. This is a 1.5 unit play. Tyler Wells gets to the mound for the Baltimore Orioles. He does have reverse splits as well. 259 batting average allowed to righties, 207 to lefties. On the road so far this season, 265 batting average allowed, and 333 batting average allowed to righties on the road combined this year. Vlad Guerrero, 6-game hit streak right now. Obviously had 4 hits last night. Everything here kind of just points me to Vlad Jr. here. They're obviously on a roll as well, just absolutely nuking the Orioles too. And a very demoralizing loss last night for the Orioles in extra innings after that big comeback. Go Ryan Mountcastle. I love that dude. I'm so happy that he's finally doing well after all the injuries and stuff. He was the number 1 prospect in baseball, right, when he got drafted. So very happy to see him succeeding. But back to it. Vlad's 6-game hit streak, obviously 4 for 5 last night. Hitting the ball hard. Obviously, his exit velo is among the top 3 in the MLB every single year. And Tyler Wells has been giving up a ton of hard contact and a lot of slugging here. 420 slugging percentage to righties this year, along with a 303 on-base percentage. So not a great OPS there allowed. And then obviously he does get considerably worse second time through the order, which I think is good for Vladdy being at the top of this lineup. 5.3 ERA second time through versus a 3.5 first time through. I think we definitely see some power here allowed. And like I said, 5.2 FIP against righties on the road as well. Rogers Center is during the day too is just not a spot that I'd really like to attack pitching. But on the Blue Jays money line side, Kevin Gausman on the bump, obviously throwing very well at home so far this season. And Gausman's stuff is absolutely disgusting. Going to be very tough on these righties to get a hold of Gausman here. So sign me up. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit in Blue Jays money line. Same game parlay, 1.5 units minus 125. And Martin Perez over 17.5 recorded outs. Again, guys, if you could, please smash that like button. I really appreciate it. Hopefully getting up to that 500 view mark today. Hopefully we'll see a lot of you guys checking into this one after we are absolutely killing it. This is a 22-6 MLB run. And let's get right after it again today and get it to that 24-6 mark. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, you guys are the best. And hopefully we'll figure out something for tomorrow for Pass the Prop in the morning. So thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day and best of luck on your bets.